hold up.
Good evening, everybody. This is Marius bringing you some Halo Wars Blitz beta. My goodness, I've been waiting this for a very long time. What is Blitz? I have no idea. However, as I was going through this menu, there is a tutorial that I think we'd be very justified in going through. So you have your basic advanced tutorial. Unfortunately, they are locked due to the beta that is currently going on from January 20th to January 30th in 2017. So if you are watching this in that time pool, please definitely go on your Xbox, your PC, and download this beta. It is open to the entire public. I believe there was no previous sign-up required. So if you are interested, please go and sign up, and I will see you on the battlefield. You'll probably beat me. But anyway, so main menu, we got your campaign, multiplayer, blitz, tutorial, skirmish, and store. We can take a really quick look around and see what we got over here. So you can see this menu screen, how it sort of works. It's like different tabs that would pop up. MOTD. Message of the day. Oh, Blitz Beta is live! It's time to open your first Blitz packs, build ruthless decks, and learn a new way to play strategy games. This is a beta, so there may be a few bumps. Please let us know what you think about the Blitz Beta by visiting the forums on Halo Waypoint Enjoy, and please tell us what you think of this beta in the comments below. Okay, so we are service record. I have not played a game of Blitz yet, so I apologize. However, I believe we're going to go over most of the tutorial in this video. However, one thing I did want to bring to people's attention is, if we go over to decks, we now have a full leader loadout, as in none of them are locked. So if we want to take a second and just look at all the leaders that are going to be available in Halo Wars 2, you got your Captain Cutter. I'll go to the UNSC side first. You got Captain Cutter, Isabel, and Professor Anders. So we have it confirmed that Professor Anders will be coming back. Used to be my character. Unfortunately, I'm with the Forge guys now, you know, but She used to be my character with the Hawks back in Halo Wars 1, and I'm very excited to see her back. I'm assuming she'd have the same power. I mean, if they're going to bring her back, I don't know why they would change her powers much, because I know Cutter still has the Mac Blast as his power, so as far as that goes. But okay, so we got Isabel on top of that. She is the AI, so I believe she's basically the Sabrina but Sabrina probably went rampant, as we have seen in Cortana's example. So she is the AI. I don't really know how she got there. Maybe she's like a backup AI to take place in case of Serena going rampant, but you never know. So we got Professor Anders. We have Decimus. He is new. Decimus is a berserker who relies on hard-hitting rushes while siphoning their health away. Okay, so that's almost like the Arbiter, I guess, with in Halo Wars 1. I'll make a comparison. It's like Arbiter in Halo Wars 1, where he would he had the siphon with his energy sword, so every time he would hit something, it would automatically heal him. So maybe that's what he's like, except maybe it's a gravity hammer this time. You have Atriox, which we saw in the previous beta, which Atriox focuses on a cutting and defensive style supported by heavy cover and invulnerability powers. I did not get to play as Atriox in the previous beta, so I hope to do it in this beta, because I would like to get at least gameplay of almost every single character. Even though Cutter's probably going to be my man into this game that I start rolling with, but I still would like to play through every character just so everybody can get an equal view, and maybe I'll get an equal view too and be like, oh no, Cutter, psh, no, Atriox, way to go, but you never know. So we have Shipmaster. The Shipmaster favors stealth, teleportation tactics, and rapid assaults against his foes. So he may be more like the Arbiter. It does not appear that we would have, because like, well, I think the Brute Chieftain, like, he clearly makes another. It seems like there's an uneven balance of characters, almost, because we don't have the bulk character. Like, when I say bulk character, I mean the bulk character on Halo Wars 1. You had your Forges and your Prophets, whereas like they were normally the main offenders, because you had Forge with his Grizzlies and his automatic double supply pads that would just completely economically wipe people off the map, and then you had the Prophet with his flying and his cleansing beam that could just decimate armies. And it seems like both characters from either side, so I guess it made factions even, it seems like both characters are missing, because you have Cutter and Anders, and assuming they did not, I cannot confirm, but assuming they did not change the role of Professor Anders, she would probably be aircraft and the cryo, or Cyrus, cryo, yes. I don't think Isabel. She's vehicle tech, so she's not necessarily a forge who's built on that supply pad rushing strategy. And then to replace, because you got the arbiter and the chieftain right here, hard hitting rushes. So it's like we have two chieftains and two Anders, and then we got your cutter and your arbiter. So it appears that the Forge and Prophet, not the characters themselves, well, technically the characters themselves, but it seems like their playing styles have been removed from the game. So, or maybe, I mean, hey, DLC, but that does, a good friend from the John show. He does the Angry Joe show. If you have not seen him, please go watch him, because he makes a very good point that DLC, while it may be great and cool, it is not an excuse to not have things at the release of a game, because if you're paying $60 for a game, you should get what your money's worth and not have to wait for $40 DLC that comes out a year later. Star Wars Battlefront. And okay, so what do we got here? Okay, before we delve into that, we're going to go towards the tutorial, because I'd like to know what those things mean before I would like to explain them, at least, so let's do this Blitz beta. Here we go.
Welcome to Halo Wars 2. My name is Captain James Cutter. It's important to keep an eye on the battlefield so you can react and plan your strategies accordingly. You can move your view around the map using the left stick. The right stick rotates the view. Units can be selected by moving the cursor over them and pressing the A button. Holding the A button paints a selection area over a group of units. Alternatively, tapping the right bumper will select all units on screen. Once units are selected, the X button is used to issue orders. Good luck, soldier, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Okay, I would like to point out how that did not tell me how to play Blitz at all, but it apparently we're getting put into a tutorial match, so we'll figure it out on the fly, I guess, because, like, there was, I mean, you could rewind and look, there was a basic, advanced, and Blitz category to the tutorial, right? And it seems like this was more of a, here's how you move your cursor, and conduct units. I feel like that'd be more in the basic tutorial and not in the Blitz tutorial. That's a bit odd, but maybe he's going to teach us along while we play in this game. So we are playing as Cutter. He is a character I'm familiar with, as I played him the majority of the beta. I did play one Atriox game. I didn't really like him, and I didn't end up recording it. But
prepare for Blitz.
Whoa.
Welcome to your base. Every match starts here, and you can return when you need to heal and regroup. In Blitz, you win by scoring more points than your opponent. Do this by capturing control zones. Your starting army is waiting for orders. Reinforce them before moving out. Play the Marines card from your card hand.
Alright, so show hand LT. We can cycle through what we got here. It's really, this button system to get to them is a little wonky. It's not like you're using the thumbstick, but it's a bit wonky to control. Okay, play the Marine card. Oh, they play over right on that cursor. Low on energy.
Now your energy is low.
Alright.
To wait for your energy to replenish before playing more cards. Keep an eye out for energy cores. They drop periodically into the map and will permanently increase your energy income.
Sweet.
There's one now. The enemy is trying to take that energy core. Get to it before they do.
Yes, sir.
Units.
We're up. No question.
Where's
First blood.
our ODST unit? Just he's abandoning ship. I guess I dropped him in a bad zone.
Local units.
Done, Hellcat. jumpers.
Local units. Collect all of the energy from that core. Each cell provides a boost to your energy income.
Moving hell jumpers.
He did say hold down right bumper to select all units, correct? All units.
Local units. Local units. Local
Come on, they need
units.
the big guns. Let's not.
How do you get to all units? I think you double tap, you don't hold it down. I don't know what our ODST is doing up there.
Income has increased nicely.
So is it an income?
Play another card.
And where is our in? Okay, so it's this 120 purple bar.
Capture. Gain the lead.
Nice to see the Halo 5 announcer back. Open your card in hand and select highlighted card. Check on the screen controls for help. So we want to deploy a Cyclops.
This unit looks hurt. That's because it wasn't played at your base. Its health and attack damage are reduced. This effect is called deployment fatigue. Fatigue ends after a few seconds. If the unit avoids being hit while fatigued, its health is restored.
Alright.
Lost.
The enemy has captured the first control zone. Get there and take it away from them.
I don't know, Cutter. That's a lot of people over there. We're gonna reinforce with the Scorpion. Over here. Yes. Pretty please. Am I not allowed? I have 110. I do have the,
Lost the lead.
I do have the proper amount of resources. I'm assuming it's because we're in a beta,
Move out.
but
We got an easy job here, but let's not get sloppy.
Zone B captured. Zone B contested.
one at a time.
B contested. Zone 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 B contested.
You are now scoring points. Score 200 points to win a Blitz match. Let's reinforce. Call in a Warthog.
Zone B contested.
This deck has some extra firepower. Unit cards with keywords. The Jackrabbit card you just drew has the blast keyword. If the Jackrabbit dies, it will explode, causing massive damage. Keywords like this can give you an edge in battle. Play the wild Jackrabbit now. Nice work.
Zone A lost.
The enemy has taken another zone. Scoring has stopped. You can only score points if you control more zones than your opponent.
Zone C lost.
They've taken the last zone. Now the enemy is scoring. Time to turn this fight around. Capture one of the enemy-held zones and win the game. Your card hand is unlocked. Play any card you need. Good luck.
Alrighty, so I wanted to be quiet so you guys can hear that.
Marauder has the rally keyword. He's buffing his allies with bonus damage. Yes.
Alright,
The lead.
we're gonna go attack these guys over here because we don't want to go through the trouble of going up that hill, so.
You're under attack from enemy vehicles.
All units.
Zone A contested.
But time over. Got a special delivery for you, pup.
A captured. Killtrocity.
Good work. You've captured 2 zones. In a normal Blitz match, you'll need to score 200 points to win. We'll end this training round to let you jump into a real game.
Oh, thanks, Cutter Man.
Try playing with my deck in a versus match or a Blitz firefight against the AI. Your card collection is waiting for you in the Blitz menus if you want to inspect your armies. I'll see you on the battlefield, Commander.
Sweet.
Close one. But the important thing is, we won.
Yeah, I mean, that's the important thing. Okay, so that was the Halo Wars 2 beta tutorial on Blitz. I hope you enjoyed it. The controls are still a little wonky. I feel like the Halo Wars 1 controls were a little more simple. It could just be because I'm used to it, because, you know, I've been playing it for 5 years, but you never know. I mean, it seems like all units and local units are very close to similar. For the first time completion, you have earned a special Blitz card pack. Enjoy. It can be opened later from the Blitz main menu. Let's go check that out really quick. So we got Blitz over here, and we got our packs. Now, decks. If we switch characters, so it changes. Alright. So I feel like this is like the Plants vs. Zombies of RTS, I guess. Okay, so we have open cards that need to be opened. So let's look at our packs. Blitz pack. 5 Blitz cards with at least 1 guaranteed uncommon or better card. Is this going to be like Clash Royale? Here we go. Okay, so we got our open cards. Oh, it's like a reveal. Oh, so we're playing poker. Okay. I bet -1 cents. Let's go. We got a Vulture. Ooh. An Aggressor Centennial for Professor Anders. Oh, they're for different leaders. Scorch Mines for Atriox, which is, I assume, would be the matching outfit to the Lotus Mines for Cutter. A Glassing Beam from the Shipmaster, unleashing directed damaging plasma beam. I actually talked about that in a previous Halo Wars episode. And we got Stealth Kodak for Captain Cutter. Is a cloak. So is that like applicable to anything, or is that like its own vehicle? That'd be something I'd be interested in finding. So we got a Vulture that I believe is universal. We got Anders, Aggressor, Scorch Mines for Atriox, Glassing Beam for Shipmaster, Captain Cutter got a Stealth Kodak. Awesome. Oh, we can inspect each one. Yes, I'm gonna go do that. Okay, so Vulture, let's look at it. Alright, so pretty similar to what it was in Halo Wars 1. We got it's aircraft, you got to launch a devastating missile attack for a wide area, and there is no leader restriction, meaning that any leader on the UNSC side can build it. Let's look at the Aggressor and Centennial. We got light air. That's really it. So, pretty much exactly the same as Halo Wars 1. We got Scorch Mines. We got this unit deploys invisibly, able to move and attack without revealing itself for the first 90 seconds. Place some mines that explode and released harmful plasma. So, if you watched the beta on the channel, you don't have to, because it was one of the first videos I ever uploaded, actually, and I did not have a capture card at the time, so it's stuck forever in the world in 240p, so I will not make you go and sit through that. I know y'all people love HD, but basically it was like a Mac Blast, but it was like, no, I think you could compare it more to a carpet bomb. It would, the carpet bomb would lay out, however, it would wait like 10 seconds to explode. So you would lay it, and I think it explodes on contact with enemy troops, so you could lay it across like a field, and then when they walk across it, and it decimates, like, oh my gosh, it was decimating like completely entire ODST hordes. It's insane. I honestly think it needs to be balanced, but I haven't seen it yet, and we haven't played it in this beta, and that beta was also like in, what, May, and it's January, so a lot could have changed in 7 months. But okay, so we got the Glassing Beam, which is similar to lore back in the day of West Earth, born and raised. No, not Earth, but different planets. The Covenant used to always glass them, basically by a powerful beam fired from a ship above that would just completely decimate, sort of like an orbital, sort of like a Mac Blast, but just way more omnipotent in the sense that it does not go away. And I'm assuming it would be a lot like the Prophet's Beam. That's what I would assume, at least. So that's the Glassing Beam. We got the Stealth Kodak. This is the one I'm interested in. So it is a separate vehicle. It is an artillery. That is new. So you deploy it, converts between siege and mobility attack modes, so it's almost like a Cobra in that sense, I assume. It cannot hit air. I did not even look at this. There is a, if you look under the picture on the card, there's actually symbols, and I guess that's what it can hit. So apparently the Aggressor Centennial cannot hit infantry. It can hit vehicles in air. That can hit anything, and this cannot hit aircraft. But it is artillery, and it cloaks. This unit deploys invisibly, able to move and attack without revealing itself for the first 90 seconds. Wow, that's powerful. And do we have any more? No, that brings us back to the Vulture. So those are the cards that have been released to us. Do we have any more open packs? Yes, we do. We're going to open all these packs, and we're going to go ahead and end the video. If you'd like to actually see a game, please check out the next video, but we are 20 minutes into this one, and I know y'all have lives, so okay. So UNSC card, what do we got? Marines, pretty self-explanatory there. Grunts, pretty self-explanatory. Warthog, we already that was already showcased in the tutorial. Wild Jackrabbit, oh yes, hunting rabbits. So Isabel, I believe we already used that, didn't we? We'll go ahead and review that one. And Rally, I definitely want to know what that one is. So let's take a look. So Marines, Grunts, Warthog, they're pretty self-explanatory. Anybody who is fans of the Halo series would know that. I mean, they're just basic infantry units. Your Warthog is a little different. It's basically just as weak as infantry, but it has a turret on the back, so it's like a Humvee in real life. In the Jackrabbit, though, that is new. So it's a scout vehicle. This unit explodes violently on death, damaging enemy troops in its radius. So essentially, yeah, it's basically like I guess it's a suicide scout troop, I guess you could call it. And then the Marauder War Chief. So he's a rare card. He costs 110. He is a core vehicle. He can hit anything. He excels more in infantry. He is restricted only to Decimus, which is one of the Covenant leaders. I believe he was the one who took after the Chieftain. Yes, he was a brute. And then this unit inspires nearby troops to deal increased damage. So I guess it's a buff that can also do damage himself. And that brings us back to Marines. We have one more deck to open, I believe. Alright, so we got Hunters. Ooh, yeah. And let me guess, these are going to be like Mantises or something. Sniper? Almost. Alright, so Cloak and Detect. Veteran Jackrabbit. Detect. Alright, so we already went over the normal Jackrabbit. We got Advanced Optics. Increases target units' line of sight and weapons range. And we got Enduring Blisterback. So let's look. So the Hunter, that is basically, it's an infantry unit of the Covenant. It does not appear to be restricted to any Covenant leader. However, it's I'm assuming, like, it says no leader restrictions. I'm assuming, and same goes for like the Hunters and the Warthogs. I'm assuming that, like, yes, there's no leader restrictions, but I'm assuming there's still restrictions to faction, because otherwise that'd be really weird if UNSC was using Hunters and Covenant was using, well, I guess they're not technically the Covenant, but they were using Warthogs. So they're basically like, the Hunters are basically a basic land unit, but very OP. So like, honestly, if you could picture like an Iron Man, I guess you could sort of call it. It's a little hard to describe to someone who does not know the series, but if you do know the series, you definitely know what I'm talking about. It cannot hit air, it cannot hit infantry, it excels against vehicles. So, okay, so, by the way, red means that it can hit it, and blank means that it cannot. So all of those times in the video, if you go back and I say that it can't hit it, because it was labeled red, that's not true, it just does very significantly less. So, Sniper, pretty self-explanatory. This unit deploys invisibly, able to move and attack without revealing itself for the first 90 seconds, and it detects and reveals nearby cloaked enemies. That would be really useful. So you can just make like an entire scout army and just hit the base and probably not take it out, because bullets don't do much against heavy metal. But anyway, so we got the veteran Jackrabbit, and I'm assuming it's just like the other Jackrabbit where it explodes upon impact, doing massive damage to enemy troops. And this is a veteran because it detects and reveals nearby cloaked enemies. So I think that's definitely something that's very cool. So advanced optics, we got increased target units line of sight and weapons range. It's restricted to Professor Anders. I believe that is just simply a buff. That is not a particular unit. Actually, yes, it says power buff. So there we go. And the artillery for Atriox. So this was if you watch the E3 2016 trailer, I remember seeing this thing. It's basically a gigantic spider that shoots out missiles from its head. Yes, he's a beautiful soul. We love him. So he's the enduring blister back. He converts between heavy air and ground siege modes. So it's like a cobra. I'm assuming that all artillery would be like cobras in this game because the previous one that we got for Cutter said the exact same thing. And last stand, when this unit falls in battle, a number of infantry troops jump out to continue the fight. Oh wow, that's really cool. And it appears that some of them, like, so you got like your cloak, detect, your detect, and then your last stand. So I guess these are traits that may be able to be upgraded as you go along. I can't confirm that, but that's what I'm assuming. So these are all the cards we got. Do I have another one? Oh. Alright, let's look. We got Vulture, level up. Warthog, level up. Unstable Banshee. So the Banshee is basically, if you've ever seen a Hornet for the UNSC, UPMC is a good clan, by the way, but if you've ever seen a Hornet for the UNSC, it's basically the matching outfit. It's a flying vehicle, standard flying. It's like the equivalent of a helicopter in real life. So, and has blast. I do not know what that blast means though, so we will go and look at that. Jerome. Oh yeah, my buddy Jerome. I'll talk about him in a second. And Alice. Oh yeah. Okay. So my bro Jerome is they're my Spartan bros. Or I guess they're technically Greenwood Spartan Bros if you watched the previous series. But so the Unstable Banshee, I would like to see what Blast does. Blast. This unit explodes violently on death. Oh, so it's like the Jackrabbit. Okay, cool. Okay, so these are Spartans. If you've never been in the Halo series, they're basically like super soldiers that have been genetically modified to be just completely omnipotent on the battlefield. If you go and watch our previous series, me and Greenbloods did the campaign, and 3 Spartans can nearly, or I think there was one mission where you get like 6 Spartans, you can just level an entire army very easily. So, alright, so Spartan Slam, so almost like Halo 5. By the way, I wanted to point out that the Halo 5 announcer is present here. Leaps high in the air and slams an enemy, taking control of air and vehicle targets. Awesome, so it's like a hijack. This vehicle ignores fatigue when deployed, charging into battle at full strength. Sweet. And this unit has energy shield projection that absorbs damage and regenerates when out of combat. Awesome, so it's almost like, so it has the rush ability where it does not take fatigue upon re-entry, and has the shield and hijack abilities just like the previous Halo Wars game. So that's good. And Alice, she's basically another Spartan. She has the minigun though, and same powers as Jerome. So there we go. Out of packs. Alrighty, so let's build the deck really quick, and then we will call it a beautiful day. So we got all these, are there different pages, or are we like, is there a scroll? Alright, so this is anti-air. Oh wait, so is this just, wait a minute. Oh, I see what's happening here. Okay, so we got all these different pages of things that we can go through. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're definitely going to add Jerome, our buddy boy over there. I technically like to, I really like to favor aircraft, so I've never been a fan of artillery, personally. That's just me. ODST drop, we're going to take that. Get an aircraft unit in there somewhere. Hornet, I would like to go for the Vulture. How expensive is the Vulture though? It's 140. You could probably use a cheaper unit just to start out. I know I played Crash Royale in the past, and I think my biggest mistake was I have an all epic deck, and I did pretty well at first, but didn't work out as you could probably imagine. So this is artillery. Alrighty. So Trooper Hornet. I think that would definitely be something that would be really good to have. So we got 2 aircraft. I believe we should be good on aircraft for now. We want some land mass, so we want Scorpion. We'll take that. Now let's get some really cheap units in there. So we'll get some Hellbringers, and then we will follow that up with some Marines. Of course, we are going to take the anti-air to carry along with us in our endeavors, because we don't want to get decimated by aircraft. Sniper. Okay, so what have we got so far? We got Hellbringers, Marines. So we got a lot of air. We would want anti-infantry. Like, if we would assume that all of these people are on the field at once. Can this repair like the previous game? No, it cannot. Okay. So it's basically a healer like the previous game. Okay. We would want a Condor Strike. I feel like that's a OP thing. It's very expensive. We'll take it. We do have a lot of expensive stuff, so we're gonna roll with the sniper, and then I think we're gonna follow that up with a Warthog for scouting purposes. Now, what are we lacking? Does it give us statistics? Yes, it does. So, unit counters, we need a bit of an air counter, which means we need some more infantry, perhaps. So what other infantry do we got here? Not much. You get it, artillery. I mean, maybe it's just good to have one around, I suppose. We'll get the stealth codex. It's only 20 more, and it's not much. Alright, so we got our deck. Here we go. And, okay, so this is Cutter 2. Can we name it something? Yes, favorite. There we go. Alright, and throughout the beta, I definitely do plan on doing more of these videos throughout the beta, but I definitely plan on doing more of these videos throughout the entire beta. However, we are out of time for today, so be sure to check back for more multiplayer beta on the Halo Wars 2 Blitz. It runs from January 20th through January 30th. Go and sign up at the Halo Wars website. Of course, you could probably just Google Halo Wars 2 Blitz beta, and it will probably show up immediately because Google is the almighty knowledge seeker. No, actually God is. But anyway, I am Marius signing off, saying so long, take care. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Go check us out on Instagram, which is UGEN, YouTube, no caps and no space. Go check us out on Twitter, which is UGEN_USA. And go check us out on Facebook at the United Gaming Entertainment Network page. I am Marius signing off, saying so long, take care, stay UGENed, and goodbye.
Hold up.